like something breathing slowly in its sleep. The crew of the Deep Lock Surveyor Meridian 4 didn't know this when they answered the distress signal. It wasn't a normal distress code, not even close. It was a warped, stuttering fragment of sound buried in static, repeating every 39 seconds, an interval too precise to be an accident. Automatic systems insisted it was artificial. Human ears insisted it was a scream. The Meridian 4 found the source drifting beyond charted space. A derelict station, unregistered, unlit, and impossibly old. Its structure was wrong. Sections curved inward where they should curve outward. Corridors intersected at angles that made the eyes ache, and its docking ports looked like something had chewed them open rather than built them. Still, protocol demanded they board. Lieutenant Arrow was the first to cross the airlock threshold. His helmet camera streamed the interior, walls pulsating faintly beneath metallic plating, conduits that looked disturbingly like nerves, a corridor that seemed to grow longer the more the camera struggled to focus. 6 minutes into the exploration, Arrow whispered, "The signal, it isn't coming from the station. It's underneath it." But there was no underneath. They were in open space. When Harrow's video glitched, everyone assumed interference. When it glitched again and the timestamp repeated itself, 41 seconds of identical footage replaying on a loop, they assumed software failure. When Arrow himself began repeating words he had just said, speaking them in the same vocal inflection, Command finally realized the truth. The distortion wasn't accidental. It was contagious. The deeper they went, the more reality bent around them. Corridors split into branching fractals. Doors opened into rooms already visited. Figures appeared at the edges of vision, humanoid silhouettes but stretched impossibly tall, their limbs tapering into nothing and their movements lagging behind their shadows. The crew tried to retreat. The Meridian 4 no longer existed where they left it. Something had swallowed the ship or replaced it. Captain Rowe led the survivors back toward the original entry point, but the bulkheads now flowed like molten metal, sealing off routes that had been open minutes earlier. The walls pulsed harder in their presence, as though aware, as though listening. Harrow began humming the distress tone unconsciously, at 39-second intervals. When they attempted to remove his helmet, they found the interior coated in a thin film of dark fluid. It wasn't blood. It moved on its own, sliding away from tools, hiding in creases, as if avoiding contact. Then, as Harrow convulsed, the fluid crawled up his throat and began forming shapes against his visor, shapes that looked disturbingly like letters, aligning into words spelled backwards. "We remember you." His face disappeared behind the spreading ink. The captain ordered everyone to run. The station reacted like a living thing, tendrils of metal peeling away, revealing layers beneath like the muscles of some enormous beast. The ceiling distended, lowering as if inhaling. The repeating silhouettes appeared again, but closer now, their featureless faces tilting in unnatural unison. And then the first sound emerged. Not mechanical, not human. Something deeper, like a recording of a scream, each echo decaying until only the impression of terror remained. One by one, then, the remaining crew heard voices inside their minds. Voices of people they knew, loved, buried. Voices begging them to stay. Voices telling them they were already dead. Private Lorne broke first, sprinting down an impossible corridor, insisting he saw daylight ahead. His audio feed ended abruptly with a wet snapping sound and a long, dragging scrape. Rowe and the last two survivors made it to the outer hull. There was no airlock anymore, just a hole opening like a yawning mouth. Through it, they saw space itself, bending, rippling in concentric waves that matched the 39-second pulse. The station wasn't sending a distress signal. It was feeding. Every cycle it repeated the message, because every cycle it tried to lure something else in. And when no one came fast enough, it reached. Rowe's suit recorded the final moments. A shadow peeled off the hull, stretching and unfolding into a shape that mirrored Rowe's own silhouette. Helmet, suit, stance, but hollow, like a reflection cast by something standing behind her. The creature leaned in, touching its face to hers through 2 layers of armor. Her visor fogged instantly. When it cleared, her faceplate looked back at her from inside the shadow. Her own eyes wide, terrified, staring out from something that was not human anymore. The recording ends with her whispering, "We already know we're watching." The station vanished from all scanners 6 seconds later. The distress signal began transmitting again from a completely different region of space, still at 39-second intervals. Still waiting. Still hungry.